Hey crafty friends, welcome back to Create with Miss Jane. Let's create a scrapbook page together. Today we are going to be working on this Memories in Bloom Scrapbooking Workshop Kit from Stampin Up, and I have previously popped this in a previous video where we've already done layout 1 and layout 2, and I'll show you those layouts really quickly. But firstly, I absolutely love these scrapbooking kits because they are so easy and versatile, and they're such a great jumping off point when you want to do quick and easy scrapbook pages. So I'll show you that they come from the Annual Catalogue May 2025 to April 2026. And it's called Memories in Bloom. It's on page number 15, and this is a full scrapbooking workshop kit. So you actually get step-by-step instructions, 9 sheets of designer series paper, 2-tone cardstock 5 sheets, white willow cardstock 2 sheets, stickers and pre-cut images, and you get placeholders. And I absolutely love this gorgeous paper collection because it features a lot of the in colors for 2025. So let's get started. I've already gone ahead because I was so excited, and I've already created layout number 1 and layout number 2. And in this video, we're going to be creating layout number 3, and I'm going to show you how you can alter it a little bit to suit your photos as well. But we're going to stick to the layout. So this is firstly the first layout, and this was actually a Mother's Day layout, but I'm not sure what photos I'm going to pop on mine yet. So I have created the layout without the title because I like to make sure that I have my photos first before I go ahead and put on any titles. So I'm pretty sure this is the first page and this is the second page, but of course you could pop them in the album like this as well. It's quite versatile, and I absolutely love this. I love the beautiful blue, the aqua blue with the beautiful petunia pop purple. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I actually added a little bit of gold shimmer trim. So I'm trying to use up my Close to My Heart stash, as everybody who used to be a Close to My Heart maker or customer is. We're trying to integrate a little bit of our Close to My Heart stash with all of our Stampin' Up things. So you'll see I jazzed up the pages with a little bit of shimmer trim, and I think that makes a nice addition. And then this is the second layout, which I pretty much did the same, but instead of, like I explained in my last video, instead of putting small 3x4 photos, I've actually used 4x6 photos. So you can easily cut the papers according to the cutting guide that's provided, and then you can make your own layouts and slightly move the embellishments around a little bit to fit your photos in. So I've put 4x6 photos here, and they fit quite nicely onto my layout. And again, I have added the shimmer trim for a little bit more of an elevated deluxe look. And then I have got my beautiful Stampin Dimensionals to raise up all of the beautiful stickers that you get in these kits. And I love that you get all the stickers, you get the ephemera. It's so easy, and the cutting guide is what is the best because you've got a great starting point for all of your layouts. I've also created another layout with the leftovers, so you can definitely create another scrapbook page other than these 6 pages with the leftovers. So let's get into layout number 3. I have gone ahead and cut the cutting guide. So this is so easy. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and you want to lay out all your papers on the table and then use your trimmer to cut the layouts out. You can start here with this particular cut. This is the first cut, and it's just so simple and easy. It shows you all the pattern papers like so, and then some of the cardstock. So you can cut the cardstock up according to this if you want to use these particular size papers. A lot of the time I will keep this cardstock and not cut it up unless I need it for the layouts, because sometimes I like to mix and match the cardstock according to my the layouts as to what photo mat I wanted. So for this particular one, these particular layouts, you can see here, I'm going to show you a little bit bigger version here on the instructions. I really wish that both of these layouts were on the same page, but you've got one page for one half of the layout and another page for the second half of the layout. But you can see here that these photos are backed with that green cardstock, which I'm not sure what color that is. I think it's Granny Apple Green. But I just think that kind of gets lost. So I've picked out these beautiful photos of my family from Easter time. So I really liked these colors that we had in the clothes that we were wearing. So this is from Easter weekend, and I just thought these would go really pretty on this page, but I think that the green cardstock is really going to get lost. So I'm just going to map my photos in a little bit of white cardstock, and I'm going to do that in just a second. We also have to play with this part of the sticker sheet, so I have gone ahead and made those two layouts, and I still have so many stickers left. So I've got all of these border stickers, and then I've got a lot of the beautiful words that I didn't put on the first layout that I can add to this layout, and then I have some stickers. I also have these ephemera pieces. So these are the pieces that I have gotten out that actually go with this layout, and these were a die cut sheet that came with the kit as well, including the title, which is Our Family, which I'm going to pop on there as well. And then I'm just going to see if I can find an Easter stamp in my stash to pop, you know, Happy Easter or something like that on the layout. So let's get started. There is actually a technique that goes along with these pages, and you'll see in the background here, I thought I didn't cut the paper right, but if you read the instructions, it actually tells you that you want to grab each of the strips of pattern paper, the floral paper, and you want to score at 1/2 inch, and you want to fold the 1/2 inch over, and you will reveal the back of the paper. So I thought, wow, that's a new technique I haven't tried before. So I'm going to go ahead and score at 1/2 inch and fold them over, and then I'll come back and we'll stick them down. Okay, I've gone ahead and scored all of these and folded them over, but I wanted to show you how easy it is. So if you don't already have the Stampin' Up trimmer, I highly recommend it. I actually got this in my starter kit, and I'm so glad that I did. But it comes with 2 blades, the cutting blade, which is the dark grey one, and also the light grey one, which is the scoring blade. So all you have to do is pop your piece of paper in and then line it up with the 1/2 inch measurement. Now I like to line mine up with the top of the trimmer. You can line it up with the bottom, and this is the 1/2 inch mark down here, this bigger bit here, in from the 1. So you want to line it up with that line, and then I usually just hold it steady with one of my hands, and then we want to get the little black one, that's the cutter, and we want to move that to the top, and then place it down, and then just go up and back with your little grey one, and that will actually score it as well. So it's so handy to have both of the blades onto the trimmer, and then I'm just going to go and I'm going to smooth that down, and it gives you that little extra piece on the side. So I've never done this technique before, but we're going to stick it down with a little bit of tear and tape, and let's pop it onto our page. Okay, so I'm using some of the Stampin' Up tear and tape, and I'm just going to put a lot of it along here. I don't want to skimp on the tape. I think I should have enough for this project. And then if you have fake nails on, you might want to use your tweezers to just get the little strip up, and then you just fold it over. This is actually so easy but so fun. And then I'm going to pop this down. So I followed the instructions, and it said here to pop it 1/2 inch in from the edge, and then we're lining it up with the top of the page. So I have just lined it up here on my Versamat. You might have the Stampin' Up glass mat, and then I'm just popping it 1/4 inch apart, lining it up with the top of the page, and then I'm just going to pop the last one on here. So leaving a 1/4 inch gap, and I'm just kind of eyeballing that at the moment. I did have it first lined up at the beginning. There we go. And then we can just pop our green piece across here. And I love how this has the measurements. This is what I love about these scrapbooking cutting guides. They are just priceless, because they have all of the measurements. So it says to go across 1 7/8 up, 1 7/8. So that's nearly 2. So we're going to go about there. Just going to pop that across. Hopefully it's straight, like so. And then we have got down to our embellishments. So I'm just going to get those out, and then I'm going to mat my photos, and I'm going to come back and pop it all together. Okay, so we're ready to assemble the left-hand side of the page, and even though the layout has quite smaller photos than me, I think these ones are maybe 3x4 photos. I have got slightly bigger photos. My photos are 5.5x4. It's still going to work. I just have to move the embellishments around a little bit. So it's perfectly fine to use different shaped photos on these layouts. You can make it work. So I'm going to stick my photos down first to give the page a bit of an anchor. And I could have probably matted these photos in any color, but I really liked the soft pastelness of this layout with the greens and the florals from the Memories in Bloom. So I didn't want to add any harsh black or anything like that. So I just think that the white photo mats add a really nice freshness. I've again put this photo of my twin sister and Poppy, their little puppy, over to the left here because I know there's a bit of empty space here, and this is where I'm going to put the embellishment. So I'm going to pop this one down, Memories Made here. This is one of the little embellishments, and you can see it says Project 3 on the back here. Same with the little ephemera here. I love that they have the little listings of the projects on the back, so layout number 3, and that's just really helpful when you're die cutting all the shapes out. So I'm going to stick this about here, I think. Maybe about here. And I just want to put that flat because I'm, of course, going to write the date or something like that. I might stamp the Easter memories. And this one, I'm going to first pop the sticker on. So the sticker comes from the sticker sheet. And I'm just going to place that down, I think, here. I think I'm going to pop that down about here. Just try to get it straight. And then I've already popped some Stampin Dimensionals on the back of this particular piece, and I'm just going to get all those off and then stick this down. I always have a little bin really close to my scrapping desk so I can pop all those little bits in. Now I don't want to cover this up too much. They've actually put the title over the flowers, but I think that, I don't want to cut that off. That's okay. We're just going to pop it, I think, a little bit more up of here. And I can always trim that off the edge. It's no big deal. Just going to grab my scissors. Scissors are always hiding when you are a scrapbooker. Voila. And then I think I'm going to add some of these dots. I think these are perfect. These are actually the 2025 to 2027 in color flat pearls, and they come with all the beautiful colors that are in this collection. So I'm just going to add a few of these dots. And we need our little pickup tool. Here we go. I always call this the wrong name. I think this is the, I'll pop the name on the screen because I always call this the wrong thing. I think this is the take your pick tool. So I'm just going to put a few of these little dots. I'm going to use the yellow, the which is the Timid Tiger, the Darling Duckling, which is the yellow, the Timid Tiger, which is the orange, and then the little Strawberry Slush. Pop those just around, just for add a little bit of bling. So page layout 1 turned out so cute. You can tell these pages take about 10 minutes to create, and then we're going to bring in layout number 2. I have done most of layout 2 already. I already pre-did those pieces where we scored it at 1 inch and folded it over. So now we just have to pop this together. So again, we're going to start with the 1/2 inch from the outside. And that's what I love about the Versamat. I am going to get the glass Stampin' Up mat as well, so I will get that down the track. But at the moment, I'm saving up my Stampin' Rewards for the cut and emboss machine. I really want to get the mini cut and emboss machine. So if you haven't already seen, we have a new rewards program with Stampin' Up, and for, I think it's every over $30 spend, when you spend over $30 on my website, you get 10% back in Stampin' Rewards. So for example, if you spend $100 on scrapbooking or card making supplies or anything from the Stampin' Up range, you will get $10 back in Stampin' Rewards, and you can use them on your next order, or they do actually expire after a year, so you can save them up to buy something that might be a little bit out of your price range, which for me is the Stampin' cut and emboss machine, which I already have a Cuttlebug that I've had since 2018, but it has been very well loved and very well used, so I would love to get a new machine. So I'm saving up for that, so I'll let you know when I get that. All right, so this one is, I'm just going to bring my second layer in. I think it was just below the 2-inch mark, but I will make sure I have got that lined up properly. I think I did it a little bit lower. Always tricky getting them lined up. Yep, that's it. There we go. And we have our lovely green spotted piece down, and then you also get in this layout, you get another additional piece of green, which I'm just going to pop up here. I was thinking of actually tearing it. I think I might just do a little bit of tearing just to have a little bit of interest, because I think that the title will still look nice. I just find I just go for it with my paper tearing. Some people use a paper tearing tool, but I quite like to just do it by hand. Pop a little bit of trim down on there. So use whatever adhesive runner you love the best, whatever glue you like. I think we just scrapbook with our favorite adhesive. Make sure it's just acid-free and lignin-free. And the fun part is always sticking on the stickers, isn't it, guys? So fun. So I'm going to pop that one there, and we're going to line it up with the other. Make sure I do it the same as the other one. So it's about there. So this is a photo of me and my partner, and this was actually a new dress I got just a few months prior to Easter. And this is a really special Easter layout because I don't normally get to spend Easter Sunday with my mum or my sister or my partner, because I'm usually at work every Sunday, but I did manage to finish work a little bit early and go and have dinner with my mum and my sister. So I'm just going to pop this one down here, and I'm actually going to change the layout slightly, and I've got my embellishments here and I've got my title, and I'm going to lay my title flat, I think, or I might raise it up, and I'm going to put my embellishments off to the side here. So I think like this. There is that little orange piece down there, and this actually, if you do want to include this little orange piece here in the instructions, because they've got two small little 3x4 photos, if you wanted to include that little orange strip, it is actually here on the sticker sheet, because I was looking for it in all of my papers and it wasn't there. So let's just cut a little bit of that. I'm just going to grab my scissors. Do my best to cut that straight, and then I might actually just pop a little bit of it under here, maybe near the title. I'm just going to stick these ones down first, and then we're going to come back to the title section. So this one I'm just going to pop down flat like so. So we can still see a bit of that tearing. And this one I'm going to actually put my dimensionals on. It's always when it comes down to sticking the embellishments and the stickers, your brain starts to go a million miles an hour because you're like thinking of all the possibilities of where you could put things. These are just one of my absolute favorite Stampin' Up products, and when I place an order I always get another little pack of these Stampin' Dimensionals. They come in the standard size and then they also come in the larger size. But you guys know I love florals, so any excuse to do a layout with florals. And I'll just show you too how easy these punch out as well. The ephemera pieces always punch out so easily. And then if you are a little bit pedantic like me, I actually like to just get my scissors. Oops, missed two little flowers. Pop them over here because we could probably use them on a card. I like to just get my scissors, and I know it's a bit crazy to some people, but I like to just trim these little pieces off. These are just the little pieces that hold the ephemera on the sheet. And I know it only takes about a minute to do, but it just adds, it just makes your pieces look just that much more elegant. Just take the time. And the paper snips are really great. These are the close to my heart scissors and I love them so much. So I've continued to use these scissors for trimming and fussy cutting, but I do have the Stampin' Up paper snips, and I actually keep those ones for cutting ribbon. So it's important to have like one that you cut paper and sticky things and one that you cut ribbon. So now we just add the other little sticker pieces here from the sticker sheet. So we have this little one back here. This layout actually has quite a lot of cute little stickers, so I'm going to put that over there, and then one of these little ones. Let's raise that up on a little bit of tape. Just go to town with your dimensionals. Remember to take the little sticky bits off. If anyone has a trick on how to take the little sticky bits off like a little bit quicker, let me know. And then the last one is this beautiful purple flower. How pretty is this? And when I get down to the bottom of the sheet, I actually use all the outer parts as well. So don't waste them and put them in the bin. You can use all of the outer parts around the outside as well. Maybe just come down over the photo a little bit like this. Okay, and the last thing we have to decide is whether we're going to pop the title flat or whether we're going to raise it up. And does it actually look better down here across our photos? Because we could actually raise it up down here, and this is where we could bring in the little piece of orange. I actually think I like it down the bottom here. You'll have to let me know in the comments below. Do you think it looks better up here, like the original design, or do you think it looks better down here? I actually think I'm going to pop it down here, guys. I'm going to break the mold. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep that little orangey bit here. And I'm going to pop the Stampin' Dimensionals on the back first, so that it's a little bit easier for us to move it around. I have just ordered another scrapbooking kit from the kit section that came out this month as well. And I can't wait to get that. It's got 12 layouts, 12 single scrapbook pages, and it comes in a kit. I think it's about $62. And I'll pop the name of it up on the screen here so you can check it out. It's in the kit section. The thing like I always tell you about the kits that come in the little brown boxes, they always sell out in the first or second month that they are available. So if you do see one that you love, don't wait too long to grab it, because that has happened to me. They sell out very quickly. But these scrapbook workshop kits that I have been using in the last few of my videos, they're available for a whole year. So we have 4 of them in the catalogue. And I think I'm just going to put that little orange strip just under here. That will just give me somewhere to anchor my little title. And then we just pop all of these little pesky bits of the backs off. I have them all over my desk, guys, these little backs. I think that looks nice. Do I want to run the orange a little bit further across? It looks a bit funny, doesn't it? Let me just cut a little bit more. And I'll just pop the join underneath here so that we don't see that I've made a cut. And then we're scrapbooking on the fly now. And then we're just going to line this up here. Perfect. Now all we have to do is add our embellishments. I'm going to get a few more of those flat pearls. And these are just so beautiful, guys. I wish you could see these in person. And I know they're going to be so great for cards and layouts as well. You've got all the different colors: Secret Sea, Cloud Cover, Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling, and Strawberry Slush. And I'm just kind of using the medium-sized ones here. I'm going to put a few down here as well. I'm not going to use those 2 colors because they're not really in. The Secret Sea is actually in this a little bit, but cute. Strawberry Slush is my favorite in color at the moment. All right, guys, let's pop this to the side. And I've actually got a few little scraps left over, and I've got some of the sticker sheet left over as well. So I could add some of these lovely words to my layout if I wanted to. But I've got a few extras to make into cards. But here are the 2 pages next to each other. So you can see them. Sorry, this is a bit of a longer video, but this is how long it takes to make these scrapbook pages, but they are absolutely gorgeous. I really love them, and all I have to do now is add a little Easter stamp somewhere that says Easter, and also add the date, and it is complete. I do actually have this little journal box left over that I didn't use on the first scrapbook page, and I feel like that could probably go on here as well with a little bit of journaling. We could probably even put that up there in that space up there. So let me know if you think I should add that in that little empty space up there. We could pop some journaling. So here's a close-up view of how the pages turned out. Sorry, it's got a little bit overcast here in my craft room, but I absolutely loved making these pages today and showing you how simple and easy these scrapbook kits come together. I hope you will consider grabbing this kit or any one of the other scrapbooking workshop kits that we have in the annual catalogue. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial today. Don't forget to leave a comment below about some of those questions I asked you, and I will see you guys in my next scrapping video. Thanks for subscribing.